Yo, it's Troy with the Weber Kettle Club, and we are back for our first official charcoal review. It's not the format that I'm looking for, but I want to get the ball rolling, and I got some new charcoal. Let's look at it real quick. This is what we're diving into today. We got the Royal Oak Super Size Charcoal Briquettes. I've never had these, but it says our biggest ridge briquette. Does that mean that is this the ridge that's big, or is it the whole briquette? I want to dive in. Our last charcoal experiences were this Fogo lump, and it was terrible. And then I got this cowboy hardwood briquettes. These were terrible too. So I'm looking forward to actually getting something that I can love and enjoy. I've had good luck with the Royal Oak brand before, so let's jump in. Normally I don't open charcoal like this, but today I just want to really get a look at the whole bag, make sure that what we're getting into there we go. I just want to see the whole contents of the bag here. Okay, so we got some chunky briquettes. They're kind of, let's see what's going on here. It's a weird shape. I get it. Not sure what that surface area will do to how it burns. It's slippery, hard to hold, not too heavy. The whole bag is 14 pounds, and I want to say this was $13.99 at my local grocery store. Let's light up a chimney and see how it goes. So we got 40 of the briquettes in there. These are the Royal Oak Super Size Me charcoal briquettes. I'm gonna start them with these tumbleweeds, little starters. I'm just gonna grab one of these tumbleweeds. We're gonna use this as our starting sample. And grab our charcoal lighter here. Alright, we'll come back, see how that's going. Not too windy out today. Hopefully we don't start any California wildfires. But if they did, they're going to call it the Weber Kettle Club fire. I hope. Alright, so I'm going to stand in the waft of smoke just to get a whiff. I wouldn't recommend this, but I want to smell. Does this have the Kingsford shit funk? No, it smells more like paper or wood burning. Right now, I don't smell any nasty, funky chemicals like I would with that Kingsford blue bag. While that's lighting, I'm gonna go over here. This was the bag, the whole bag, 14 pounds. This is minus the 40 or so. Yeah, it was 40 briquettes. There's a few in here that are broken up and fucked up, but for the most part, everything is in good condition. There's again, just a few shrapnels, a little bit of dust down here at the bottom of the bag. Not a lot of dust, and not a lot of small pieces. Very few unusable pieces. Like, there's a couple unusable pieces, but for the most part, it's 100% usable, or maybe 97% usable compared to this bag of Fogo lump. As a reference point, keep this around as a reference point. This bag of Fogo lump that was just freaking unusable, like almost 100% unusable. I've been scooping it and putting it on top of my burn just to use that trash, that Fogo trash. That's what it is, Fogo trash. All right, the Royal Oak, again, doesn't smell nasty. Let's let it warm up while I prep some food for some taste testing, huh? Wow, we are sending smoke signals, trying to get the attention of East LA, letting us know, hey, we're up here in the no burn zone, burning some shit. Again, doesn't smell terrible. Doesn't smell terrible. It has a woody smell. Doesn't smell like shit, which is good. It's good. It makes me relieved Whenever I use Kingsford, the neighbors think that I'm burning trash because it smells like burning trash. This looks like burning trash, but it is not. It smells like just a normal old California wildfire. At this point, what I like to do is give it a little this mixes some of the charcoal around, gets some of the ones that are burning more, moves them, gets a hotter flame going, speeds things up, in my opinion. Another thing you can do to speed things up is take another chimney like that and put it right there on top of it, and then it'll get more of the chimney effect, get more air moving through as a tunnel. This is coming along nicely. White ash is what you want to see along those edges. I want all of the briquettes to have some form of burn, combustion going on them, some ash. I don't know if the binding in these briquettes have any weird shit, but that's what we're gonna find out today. We're gonna do some taste tests. We got some steaks that we're gonna throw on. Let's give this another few minutes. Yeah, this chimney is hot, and that bird is pissed. This bird keeps buzzing my head because its nest is like right there, and it doesn't like that I'm out here doing this. But I can see the warbles in the air. Get this grill in session moving. Oh yeah. So again, this is only 40 briquettes, which is not a lot. But again, I want to see what it does. And I'm cooking in a 26 inch kettle. Some of these are white hot. Some of them are just barely started, or actually no, they're all going. None of them are just barely started. I can't stand there because the heat is too much. There's a lot of heat. What I want to do is I just want to get it spread in this semi-even half circle, going for a kind of a Alright, so I'm trying to set it up kind of 2-zone, but mostly a little bit of 3-zone. I want a little bit of hot, super hot somewhere, just for like a guaranteed sear zone. Mostly I wanted to move the charcoals around and see if they broke apart, because a lot of times with some charcoal, you light them, you pour them, you manipulate them, they break apart, they turn to dust. These did not do that for me, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna put the grate on. My last video, I showed you Dexter, who was old and frail. Dexter passed away the day after Christmas. This is Haku. Here's Haku's butthole. He likes to show everybody his butthole. Judging by all of that smoke, I would say those grates are getting hot, and all that crap is starting to cook off of the grates. With 40 briquettes and 14 minutes of ignition time, there was plenty of heat to clean the grate here. It wasn't raging hot, but it was plenty of hot to clean the grates. A lot of stuff going on right now with the wire brush scene. Again, leave your comments about what you think of the wire brush. I'm gonna make a whole video about grill brush. To test the Royal Oak supersized briquettes, I threw on some thin cut ribeyes. What I'm testing here is the heat for the sear, and I was kind of let down a little bit here, so I was surprised that I didn't get as much sear on these steaks after like 2 minutes. They'd already sat here for 2 minutes, and I did the cold grate technique, or I don't know what happened here. I think I rotated the grate, but yeah, I didn't get a big sear, and I left the grate cocked and walked away, and this was a big mistake. Charcoal isn't as hot as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, that's right. I walked away. I left the lid cocked and I walked away. Now the charcoal is getting full oxygen. All of that beef fat is dripping down in. It's making great flavor. But as you can see, it started flaring up immediately. As soon as I walked away, I walked inside to slice some onions, thinking it was going to be 30 seconds or so. No. I was gone for more than 2 minutes. The flames just licked my steaks for 2 minutes.
Surprisingly, they weren't ruined. Like it charred the fat quite a bit, but the flavor was spot on. The flavor was spot on for grilling. The flavor was spot on for these steaks. I'm not going to show you the result. They weren't pretty, but they weren't devastated either. They weren't pretty, but they weren't as destroyed as this video makes them look out to be. Like, my family didn't even fucking know. You know what I mean?
Okay, it's been a couple days. I want to get in there. I snuffed out the coals right when we were done after the steak cook. I closed the top vents. I forgot to close the bottom vents. So let's get in there and see what's left over with these charcoals. Oh shit, I can tell they're already roasted, but they were holding their shape until I opened the lid too hard. Let's see if I can take the grate out one-handed without screwing up the shape of the briquettes. Trying to be careful to not jostle the grill. I want to inspect these, see if there's any. See, this one actually has some substance to it. This one is still reusable. This one is not all ash. So okay, so they snuffed out pretty good. There's still some weight to it, so it didn't burn through its core. It's not heavy by any means, but definitely reusable. Again, these are definitely reusable. All right, so I can jostle this a little bit. Oh, all right, so maybe 4. I thought all of them were going to be reusable, but only four didn't burn all the way through. All right, so that could have been me just not closing the bottom vents. I only closed the top vents, so that's gonna have to test again. But at least there's some reusability here with that. I proved that there's some reusability. The taste was good so far. Gonna do some more burns, more testing, more to come. All right, we're back with another bag of the Royal Oak supersized ridged briquettes. I've done some grilling with these. I grilled some steaks and I grilled some fish. The flavor and the heat on the Royal Oak supersized briquettes has been really good. The heat's been good. Haven't had any obnoxious flavors. The flavors weren't overpowering. They were mild and moderately woody, typical charcoal flavor. Today I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna rate the bag. I got a whole new bag. I wanna rate the bag of these because the bag is important. Most of us don't finish a bag of charcoal all in one sitting. I want to talk about how this bag opens, or shall I say doesn't open. It's a typical stitch stuff. I usually use a pocket knife and cut these bags open, but I know people talk about their Kingsford and how Kingsford is supposed to be able to open from the front by pulling. I can't do it with one hand because one-handed. Now with Kingsford, they say you can peel the front, peel the stitched taping, and open the bag from there. And there, we did. That's actually really good. I've managed to open the bag just from tearing the top off. No need for a knife. That's actually pretty damn cool. It might be luck of the draw in terms of whether the paper tears or not, but in terms of the bag, for a 14-pound bag, we're gonna get a few cooks out of it, so I want to be able to roll this up, save it, make sure it doesn't get wet, and take on any other smells and shit. So far, the Royal Oak bag, 2 thumbs up for me, or at least 1 thumb up, twice. Imagine 2 of them. Now let's get some smoking done. Little update on coal reusability. On my last cook, I shut down both the top and the bottom vents like a mature adult. And there's plenty of fuel left over to cook with. I can easily cook with this again, which I will, but I'm going to put it into a slow and sear for my smoke today. I'm going to be smoking some ribs today. All right, we're at the smoking temperature now, coming up at about 250-ish. That's what I did for my Royal Oak. I put about 10, 12 briquettes in there, lit in the chimney, filled the slow and sear with unlit, poured it in the corner, some wood chunks. I already got thin blue smoke coming up. We're already at temperature. It's time to put our ribs on. Also, the smell is good. It smells good.
Bottom vent is pretty much closed here, and the top vent is like halfway-ish. 300 degrees. Perfect.
All right, we're at 2.5 hours in. Let's see what we got going on. Right there. Oh, shit. We got wind blowing ash. Was our wood situation. This came from a drip from the handle. It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate circumstance. The Weber right there, the handle, rib drippings. Yeah, got plenty of fuel. I got plenty of fuel to go for another 6 hours. I should rotate these ribs, but they're both getting plenty of smoke. I don't need to worry about it. The fuel is doing real good. This is really what this test is about. I haven't had to mess with the fuel at all. This could potentially burn for another 5-6 hours. The smell, since this is a charcoal review, I'm trying to gauge the barbecue value of this charcoal. Smell is good. The thin blue was really early, and the cook as well. Once I added the fuel to the slow and sear, within 30 minutes, I came out and I had the nice smoke smell. There wasn't any foul funk going on like some charcoals have. When you add fresh, hot, lit charcoal to unlit charcoal, there's a time where the agents or the compounds or whatever is in the charcoal briquettes burns off, smells funky. Didn't have that issue with this, so far so good.
I won't bore you with the rest of the rib cook because honestly, the ribs came out to be kind of mids anyway. And I'm going to take a little bit of the credit. I'll take full credit for the ribs because I haven't cooked ribs in many months. But this charcoal is too smoky for me and for my family. I only used one chunk of pecan wood, and the ribs were smoky with a smoke that was not just pecan. There was a lot of woodsy, smoky flavor to the ribs, and my whole family really couldn't taste the sweetness. They liked the way that I usually cook my ribs, which is with the same wood or peach wood, but this charcoal was just too smoky for my barbecue tastes. I've got a full write-up of this charcoal on the WeberKettleClub.com, as well as several tests that I've done outside of this video while preparing this review. So hit up the website for the more in-depth version of my charcoal reviews, and leave a comment down below with what charcoal is your favorite and what charcoal you want me to see review next. Thanks for watching.